So yesterday...
Was that? Yeah, we went straight to sleep. Didn't do anything else. Yesterday was laundry day.
Well, we did other things too. Trying to come up with...
So first thing we did was Costco.
No, that's not the first thing we did yesterday.
Oh, we woke up...
The first thing we did yesterday, which was Sunday.
So on Saturday, we meant to set alarms.
Yeah.
To wake up early, because we're finally like, we've been here for a week, we gotta start waking up early and actually getting out and doing things. Like, our normal vacations are, we leave the building at 5 o'clock. We can't waste a single day, right? But on this trip, since it's been a little longer than a normal trip, I think we've been a little more lazy for it. So it's Saturday,
we've also never had the time change where we've gone...
the other direction.
Yeah, we've only gone...
So we said, we're gonna do it. We're gonna set an alarm clock, we're gonna wake up early. And Saturday we tried, and we realized we set alarm clocks for work
weekdays.
Alarm, the clock, which is weekdays only. So on Sunday we actually remembered we have to set them for all week, and we did. And we're up at 5 o'clock.
5:30.
Yeah, I set mine for 5:05 or something.
So the reason we got up so early was to go down to Leonard's for malsadas.
Yeah, the line is ridiculous all the time, except for 5
Not
in the
all
morning.
the time. Yeah.
They open at 5:30.
They open at 5:30. We were down there at
6:15.
Yeah, 6:15. We took the bus over. It's only a mile, but
It's 1.4.
no, it's like 1.1.
It would be so much closer if you could just cross the channel, the little thing, but it's literally just on the other side of the...
Anyway, so there was one couple in front of us at Leonard's, so we ordered within like 5 or 6 minutes.
It took longer to wait to get in the building than it did for anything else.
Yeah. We got original, we got cinnamon, we got Li Hing, and we got one custard filled.
Yep.
It was like $10 for all of that.
Yeah.
And so I left Phil while we were waiting for them to be made, and I ran down to Safeway, which is like a block away.
Yeah, because they only had sodas there, and they were kind of on the expensive side. And there was a Safeway next to us.
And nobody wants sodas with puffy warm donuts. You want milk.
5 in the morning, yeah.
So we got tiny milks, and then
My chocolate milk.
Phil picked up the malsadas. I was at Safeway, and we met, and we ate them in a Panda Express.
And so, in the Safeway parking lot, right up the street, if you go that early, Panda doesn't open until 10:30. And so they have chairs that are just attached to the ground. So
Chairs and tables.
Yeah, they can't just bring them in, so we just ate at the table outside of Panda, and it was really nice. It was a nice experience. And it was the bus stop, which was fortunate, too.
So the malasadas, as annoying as you can see that line gets, is even at 7 o'clock, because we were still sitting there finishing off the malasadas then, that line was already around the building. Whereas we only, at 6:15, had to wait for one couple.
Our line gets bad. So if you want to do Leonard's, go early.
Yeah, 6:15 was perfect.
It's what we're going to have to do for the noodles, if we want the Udon Noodles.
Yeah.
The thing is you can wait in line for an hour normally, or you can go down 45 minutes before it's open and there'll be one person in front of you, and then you only wait 45 minutes. It's less, but you also are the first in line. So you just have to get there before they open.
Malasadas are delicious. I would really recommend them. Just go very early.
I don't think they're an hour and a half wait line.
Yeah, it's kind of like the tiny train, where we had a really great experience going to Leonard's because we were there at the right time. If we had waited for 2 hours in the heat of the day, having hot donuts, probably not as appealing.
Yeah, but
for those people
5
that
o'clock
waited
in the morning,
10 minutes for the train, they probably had a great time too. So after Leonard's, we came back to the room for a little bit. Then we went over to Costco to get more of those honey butter nuts.
Oh,
so
that was the honey butter.
40-minute bus ride later, they don't have honey butter nuts.
Which is crazy. They didn't have the asterisk on the thing.
Yeah.
And they had tons. They had an entire flat of stacks.
That was depressing, but we got our standard croissants for breakfast for the week. We got some macadamia nuts for Mom.
Yeah, there was like, we're concerned about the sodium on those, and it's like 10.
Oh, Li Hing pineapple. We got that there. We gotta make sure we eat that before it goes bad. Mm-hmm. We only have a couple days.
It expires on the 6th.
I know, but that's unopened. Yeah. So after Costco, we came back and we took a nap because we were a little bit sleepy from waking up that early.
And a little bit disappointed for not getting the nuts.
Yeah.
It would have been nice to get Debbie some nuts.
Well, we ended up getting her macadamia, but the honey butter would be better.
Yeah.
So on our way back from Costco or to Costco, one of the ways, we booked a last minute
There's
Groupon
two
boat
Costco.
tour.
Yeah, she was like, she looked up and she's like, "Do you want to do a glass bottom boat?" And I was
Which
like,
we had talked about before going on the trip, but Phil had tried to contact the companies and everyone's too busy to actually respond to phone calls or emails.
I tried to do the duck boat.
Oh, I forgot about the duck
Yeah,
boat.
I don't think they're running. I have yet to see a duck boat in town. And I haven't seen one in the water, so I don't think they're running, but the website does not say that.
So glass bottom boat ride, that was $39 a person for 1 hour. It's not a standard glass bottom boat. There's 4 little boxes that you can
It's
look
a
into.
catamaran where they take in 4 spots on the holes on each of the catamaran sides. And so it's nice as you could just stand there and peer down at it. And there's enough space that everyone was able to find space to look down into it.
Yeah.
So it was nice. But then that was so much. It was only an hour long ride, and it was so enjoyable.
Yeah,
we really
it was so
enjoyed it.
relaxing. They just played music,
Yeah, and they played good music too.
and they stopped whenever you saw a turtle.
Yeah, he just like the boat just stopped, and they're like, "There's a turtle," and they're like, "We usually
And
don't see on the
everyone runs
surface."
over there.
And takes their photos, and then eventually they're like, "Okay, let's go, keep going." And the guy's commentary wasn't terrible.
It wasn't obtrusive.
Yeah, he wasn't talking the whole time, but he wasn't like, "You're on the boat." It was just the perfect amount, and he seemed knowledgeable. His Hawaiian was
Spot
good.
on.
Yeah, and he wasn't one of those where he just like tries to force the Hawaiian language down your throat like the Sogo tour driver. He was this is how you say this in Hawaiian, and that's it. He wouldn't be like, now try to pronounce it, and this is the vowel
Or
sounds.
asking you to pronounce it first and then going, "Oh, you did it wrong."
No, it was just so. It was really nice, and it was mostly place names and animal names, and he was talking about the fish of the islands, and
So boat tour, glass bottom boat, would
10
recommend.
out of 10. Yeah, it was perfectly length. The weight was kind of in the sun, but they had shade set up for us, so it wasn't too bad.
It was doable.
People cut in line in front of us, but there's enough
Sit
space.
near a box.
Yeah, there's enough space. If there's a space, if you can manage it. This is where we sat, by the bathroom, the very back right side of the boat.
Back left. If you're on the boat, if you're looking at the boat, it's the back right.
If you're
but
on
if
the
you're
boat.
on the boat, it's the back left.
It's right there by the bathroom, and no one ever uses the bathroom, so it's not a problem. And there's like a shield to like cover the stairs of the bathroom, so Haley kind of just stood and leaned against that shield. They didn't say anything, and it's like they have a seat kind of thing on it too. And then I sat on the box right there, and it was perfectly
And
fine.
that way you can actually look in the box the whole time.
Yeah, I looked down the whole time, and it was.
And it was also the covered section. I would get there early. We got there.
I mean, it was really windy on the, when you get to the water, but
Yeah, but I can't imagine how hot that was in the direct sunlight.
yeah.
Get the covered section if you can.
And early for them is 20 minutes before it leaves.
Yeah, they
It's
were
not
surprised
bad.
we were there half an hour early.
They're like, well, thank you for getting here early.
Sorry. They were nice about it. So after the boat tour, they have this little $5 bento stand that's
the
right
sand.
at the end of the marina. We got huli huli chicken and split it between the two of us, and it was really good. It's like
It's
a whole chicken hindquarter with a little leg and a little wing, and it comes with rice and corn. The rice and corn are... But the
Rice and
chicken was
corn.
really good.
Yeah, we demolished it.
Yeah, so after the bento box, we walked over to Ala Moana, which was, I think, like half a mile?
The thing was, the bus we were going to take back, it was like not for another 30 minutes because we just missed it. And so we're like, it's like, just a little more than half a mile. And we're like, walk it. So we walked it. And you walk all along that
Ala Moana Park.
and it's fine. We should have, if we had thought about it, we should have crossed over into the park and just walked along the water the whole way. But
But it was lovely. It was hot, but it was lovely.
yeah, we're so sweaty. But it didn't feel oppressively hot while walking, honestly.
The reason we went back to Ala Moana was because we don't have Jollibees where we're from, and we really wanted to try Jollibee.
And so we ordered, and we were like, well, we don't want to spend a lot on this. We would love, like, if they had a sampler pack with, like, one of each item, but they don't. So we got 2 kids' meals. It was the cheapest, and...
We got a kid's meal chicken tender and a kid's meal spaghetti.
Yep.
The chicken tenders are exactly what KFC tasted like in the 90s.
Yeah, it's really
Which
good.
is fantastic. Not KFC now. KFC now is garbage. 90s KFC when we were kids.
It was really good. It came with
Adobo rice, which
rice.
was okay.
It was the second best thing because they had... So, when we've watched videos on Jollibee's before, and they've never showed that they put shrimp on the spaghetti.
Also, 2 slices of hard-boiled egg.
But they put shrimp on the spaghetti.
And the thing with the shrimp was that it was some of the most pungent shrimp.
Yeah, it smelled like I opened the box, like opened the bag. It was inside a box. I opened the bag that the box was in, and I was like, shrimp? We didn't order anything with shrimp. And like you open it, and it's just, whew, that shrimp was just very fragrant. We're like, we're not eating that.
Yeah.
If we're gonna get sick on this trip, it's from that shrimp. So we just put them to the side, and
we also don't like hard-boiled eggs, so that went off to the side too.
And Haley did not like the spaghetti.
There's a weird... I was prepared for the sweetness. I wasn't prepared for the non-spaghetti flavor.
Yeah.
I get that it's an acquired taste, and I get that it's traditionally Filipino, but wasn't my cup of tea.
Yeah. I ate the rest because I actually didn't not mind it, but it was just... I have a saying, and it was aggressively mediocre.
Yeah. So after Jollibee, we walked around the mall to get to the bathrooms. There was this really fancy Japanese treat shop.
Oh,
we got 2 tiny Japanese
I felt so
treats.
out of place in my tank top, and like I'm not fancy at all, and yeah.
Then we came back to do laundry at Waikiki Laundry, which is about... Everything's half a mile here. About half a mile. We took the bus. 9 out of 10 machines were broken there.
Yeah, this is...
We got the last
So there was a
open.
closer one, but they
Closed at 6.
and we were like 5 o'clock.
Yeah, it was 5:45 by the time we got out.
And so I think the other one probably would have let us
Probably.
finish,
But
because the other one was let people finish, because we went around, the whole back wall is just commercial only, do not use.
so they have them unplugged.
And then the row in front of that is
Out of order.
Every single one on that row is out of order. The one on the other side, all of them except for 2 say out of order, and those 2 aren't on. They're unplugged, so they're obviously out of order. So that leaves literally 2 rows left, front and back. And the ones in the very front were all being used by other people. And so that leaves us 1 machine to do 2 loads of laundry. So we have to wait.
Thankfully, it was 15-minute cycles, and
Yeah, it was
also
very fast.
we put in our $1.25 to get Tide for washing the clothes, and
It's empty.
it just ate it.
Yeah, it just ate it. It just like...
The thing is, if it's empty, it's not supposed to accept it, which means there's a box in there. They just didn't give me my box. But this lovely lady was also doing her laundry, and she said, "Oh, we can't take this back on the plane. Do you need soap?" And I was like, "Yes, please."
No, she was actually not sitting in the... There was this little sitting area on the outside. She heard us, and she's like, "Oh, we tried to buy soap, and it was out, so we had to go to the ABC store and buy the smallest they had," and it was like...
17 loads worth.
Yeah, and so she, like, handed it to us, and she's like, "There you go." And we're like, "Do you want money for this?" And she's like, "No, just..." And so we ended up paying that forward to someone else. Haley gave it to a younger guy who came in and was trying to buy soap, and she's just like, "Here you go." And so he actually used it and tried to pay it forward too, because
He did at the end.
he was able to find someone.
Yeah. So that did 4 people's laundry. So it was
Yeah, it
15-minute cycles. The wash was fine. The dryer took a little bit longer. There were plenty of dryers. It's
Yeah,
just
the
the washers
dryers,
were
all the
broken.
dryers were working. It was just not the,
So then we ended with getting Thai food at the other Thai place near us.
which took forever.
It was 40 minutes before we even saw our appetizer.
Yeah.
And
It
we
was
were out of water the
shoestring
entire time.
Potato-y. Yeah. It was interesting. I've never had
I can't
veggie
even
tempura.
find the
It's-
name on it.
It's right here.
Is it on the... Oh, I'm on the wrong
Yeah,
street.
it's right there.
Thai Isan Cuisine, Waikiki. I wouldn't recommend it.
No.
Though,
But the food was
the
good.
pad see ew was good. It
It
was
was-
soy heavy, so it was a little on the saltier side.
Yeah, and it had lots of sauce, so our sticky rice had stuff to sop up, which is always nice.
I would go back to the spicy place and get mild, though. And
Yeah.
so we gotta get going.
He was like, "Give me the whole thing of water. I don't want to wait for you." And
Yeah.
I did it.
He brought us over a pitcher because literally we were out of water because it was hot. So I drank. They gave you little tiny water glasses. I drank that within the first 5 minutes, and I spent 35 minutes waiting for a refill of water. we were gonna leave, but
Yeah. She's like, can we just ask for it to go?
The thing is, that restaurant lives off of to-go, and there were like 20 to 30 to-go orders at any time.
Yeah, their app that shows all their online orders
We gotta go.
showed like it was a full screen of
Yeah,
like,
it's
waiting to be
9:15 in the
cooked.
morning, and we're about to go snorkeling, and I don't want to miss our snorkel tour.
Yeah, we have to be
So,
there by 10, right?
Bye.